Hello and welcome to the Autonomic Nervous System. The human nervous system comprises of the central nervous system, known as the sympathetic, and that's responsible for the fight, flight, and freeze response. The other side is the peripheral nervous system, also known as the parasympathetic, and this is responsible for rest, repair, regeneration, and reproduction. The parasympathetic nervous system, as previously mentioned, is responsible for rest and digest, repair, regeneration, and healing, and calm, relaxed, and happy. So when you are in the parasympathetic state, you are calm, relaxed, and happy. On the other hand, if you are in a sympathetic nervous system or in a sympathetic state, you are in the fight, flight, or freeze mode. You're worrying, you're anxious or angry, and you're definitely stressed. The nervous system, you can only be in one or the other state, either parasympathetic or sympathetic. In order to heal, you have to predominantly activate your parasympathetic state. The sympathetic state should only be activated during acute stress, basically when you are under threat, so to protect you, not chronically. We are not meant to be stressed 24/7. So, here are the signs and symptoms that you may experience if you are in a sympathetic dominant state, i.e., chronically stressed. You may have difficulty sleeping or have poor quality of sleep. You may carry weight around your midsection, that spare tire. You may have raised blood pressure. You may have high blood sugar. Your mouth may always be dry. You may have fertility challenges. Your reproductive system shuts down and you have a loss of libido. You may find your immune function is reduced, when you're picking up everything that is going around. You may have poor detoxification, and you may have an underactive thyroid gland or thyroid function. Whereas in the parasympathetic dominance, you may experience these signs and symptoms, which then indicate you are calm and relaxed. Your body heals quickly. You can lose weight easily. You sleep better. Your blood glucose and your blood pressure are normal. You have no reproductive organ issues. Your digestive system works well. Your liver detoxifies effectively. Your sex hormones and thyroid function work at their best, and your immune system is strong. The vagus nerve. This is the largest nerve in the body. It runs from the back of your head, the brainstem, down into your abdominal organs. When activated, it can switch your nervous system from the sympathetic state to the parasympathetic state. Here are some ways to move from the sympathetic state to the parasympathetic state by stimulating your vagus nerve, going for a walk in nature, being more in the present, doing something you enjoy, gardening, taking a nap, reading a good book, listening to music, journaling, or doing some breath work. Breath work has become quite popular of late. Here are a few breathing techniques to try. Box breathing. Box breathing is you imagine you're breathing around a box. For instance, you may breathe in for the count of 4. Then you would hold your breath for a count of 4. Then you would breathe out for a count of 4 and hold your breath again for a count of 4. And you would follow that pattern for about 5 to 10 times. Taking 10 deep breaths, but taking them slowly is another technique. The 4-4-8 breathing technique is like the box breathing. However, you breathe in for 4, you hold for the count of 4. However, you breathe out for the count of 8. And again, you would do 10 rounds of that breathing. 3 breaths through the nose is as it says, but you do 3 deep breaths in through the nose and 3 deep and breathe all that breath out. So you do that 3 times. And if you can, it's better to breathe through your nose versus your mouth. When you breathe through your mouth, that causes you to have a dry mouth. And as a bonus, if you gently place your tongue on the back of your teeth while breathing, you can breathe more deeply. Should you find yourself troubled by emotional stress, the SANE technique may help. SANE stands for stop, allow, investigate, non-identify. So S for stop. A, allow the emotion. Don't judge it. There's no right, there's no wrong. I stands for investigate where the emotion is in your body. For example, do you have a headache? Have you got an upset stomach? Or have you got a tightness in your throat? And finally, N is non-identify. This is where you watch the emotion happening, but don't become it. Act as if you are a director of a film, just observing what is going on. So here are some top tips for stress relief. As mentioned previously, breathing techniques. Or another one is to squeeze your fists tight, a bit like when you squeeze a stress ball, and then release. Do that several times. Try to remember the only person responsible for your feelings is you. Also, another technique is wait. We live in the now. Most things can usually wait. Try do a brain dump. Write down your thoughts and feelings without editing, without checking your punctuation, etc. Just write. And the final one for now is practice non-judgment with your feelings. Stress release tips. Some people find meditation helpful. Again, connect with nature, go for a walk, spend time in the sun, and if there's no sun, just spend some time outdoors. Some people find yoga helpful. Sometimes just dimming the lights can release some stress. Practice gratitude. Most of us can find a few things that we can be grateful for, and they don't even have to be big things. Or try the 5-5-5-5 rule. With this, you look at the issue and you think, is this going to be such an issue in 5 minutes? Is it going to be an issue in 5 hours' time? Is it going to be an issue in 5 days' time? Is it going to be an issue in 5 months' time? And definitely, is it going to be an issue in 5 years? This tends to help us to put things into perspective. The more you practice these techniques, the easier they become. So be patient with yourself. You will get there. And again, you have completed this module. Well done. I'll catch you on the next.